welcome to this video. My name is Sharie and today we are going to be making soup. We're making a soup out of vegetables with using all the vegetables that I have laying around. So let's begin. Okay, this is what I'm going to be using. So I have 3 onions. I have tomatoes. I had to Google this because I don't know what this was called in English. This is leek. I have a bunch of those and some carrots. It's going to be a good soup, but yeah, I'm figuring things out, and that's why this video is actually kind of random, because it's going to be the only video on my channel. But I always wanted to film, vlog, share my life, just yap against the camera, because a couple of years ago I did that and then I stopped and now I'm back. So yeah, back with a soup video, because for this year I kind of wanted to up my game when it goes to life skills. That being said, I want to exercise, I want to learn how to cook like a normal person, because I don't think my cooking skills are like a normal person cooking skills. Like, it's beneath that, which is crazy since I did have cooking lessons when I was younger, but yeah, it's been a long time. But yeah, let's begin on the soup. Okay, so first we are going to start cutting our vegetables. I'm going to start with the onions, so that way I could put them in the pan, in the pot over here, while it's like glazing together with the leek, and then I'll do the carrots and the tomato. The trick that I learned when cutting onions is that you have to keep it close together when you're like doing really small pieces. That way it doesn't hurt your eyes that much. Yeah, that's a little trick, but for this soup it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be that small because we are going to use a mixer at the end. So I'm going to roughly cut these and then put them in the pot with some butter. Just keep it close when you cut it. That way, like, the juices, I think, don't go in the eyes, and that's why you don't like have to cry less. Yeah, I don't know if that works because I feel it. Next we are cutting the leek. In school, when I had like cooking, I was taught to cut it like this. And then wash it, like, and you have to put it like downwards because there's like soil and stuff in there. So cut it like that and then wash it. It's obvious that I'm not like the greatest cook. This is why I wanted to make videos, because I wanted to share my progress into becoming the adult or the person that I really want to be. I grew up in a very dysfunctional household and I wasn't taught like a lot of skills that you kind of need as an adult, like networking or something. I was very isolated during my childhood, and yeah, I'm an adult now. I'm 31 and I feel like I have like no skills at all. I know how to work hard, but that doesn't make me like happy, like in the 9 to 5. I'm currently like unemployed because I want to work on my mental health. So I've been working to, you know, to have this opportunity that I can have that. So I know how that works, but I don't know what to do to feel happy, if that makes sense. And I want to explore that this year. This is why I'm like making videos. This is why like I'm starting to vlog, because it's something I always wanted to do. I bought this vlog camera and it would be silly for me to not even vlog. So here I am showing up for my dreams because I said I would. The leek is washed and now I'm going to cut it. Also, the pieces don't have to be perfect because we're gonna mix it in the end. That's just how I do it. If you have tips, let me know because making soup is very easy and I have no idea. Leave a comment which soup you like to make. And I'm teaching myself to make soup because it's, in my mind, tell me if I'm wrong please, it's a good way to have your vegetables. And I love soup. And I know growing up in a dysfunctional home isn't unique. A lot of people have that, unfortunately, but I think we should talk about that more because for me, that's why all these years ago, I started making videos and I talked about positive things that made me happy, things that helped me through the day when I was feeling awful, when I was feeling like an alien, because sometimes it feels like that. When you've grown up with a lot of trauma, you feel like you're an adult. Like when you're an adult, you feel like an alien. That's how it is for me. I see other people being, I don't know, I cannot compare, so I will not do it. But yeah, I know it resonates with people, but people just don't talk about that. And I think we shouldn't really do that. So the leek is cut up with the onion in the pot. And now I'm going to be adding some butter, a lot of butter, because there's a lot of vegetable in there already. I'm gonna heat the pot up, can glaze the leek and the onion. I forgot how it's called. I'm gonna stir it a little bit that the butter is underneath. So otherwise it's just gonna burn. Okay, while that is busy, I'm going to shave. I don't know how to call this in English, so leave it in the comments. I'm going to peel the skin off these with this tool. It's this tool. Not sure how it's called, but you just go like that. Hey. So yeah, we're going to do that for all the carrots. Yeah, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do all because I have a lot of carrots and I already have a lot of leek in the pot. While I'll clean these carrots, I want to talk about the fact that I'm currently jobless, as you could say. I saved for that and I'm in a really privileged position to do this. I know that. It's a half year that I don't want to go working in a 9-to-5. I worked at a store at my last job. That wasn't the greatest experience. Yeah, it's also a problem because I don't know what I want in life. I have a dream of becoming a content creator, but also that's not easy. And I'm insecure for being on a camera because I always think no one wants to hear what I have to say or what will I bring to the table. But that's just because I think poorly of myself. And yeah, that's something I don't want to do this year and I'm just going for it. I also have an ASMR channel. I'm almost a YouTube partner and I thought I was going to become a YouTube partner last year, but it didn't happen. I need to be more consistent and that's why this year I just want to have more fun. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on myself because I tend to do that and I want to enjoy the journey, not stress, not, be unhappy because as I said before, I had a rough childhood and that comes with some trauma. I have Cptsd, so complex trauma, and I'm working through that. I want to be at what I would call baseline of my emotions. I feel I don't want to get overwhelmed too easily anymore. I don't want to get a lot of stress. I also have chronic hyperventilation, which is the worst. It feels like having a heart attack. I went to the doctors for it, the normal doctor, and he checked. It's nothing wrong with my lungs, nothing wrong with my heart because it feels that way. And yeah, I wasn't happy when 3 different doctors said it's like chronic hyperventilation, which is crazy because at times in my mind, it feels like I'm already healed. So it's like really crazy for me to think that I have like chronic hyperventilation, but I do have it. I feel it when I'm stressed, and now I'm like, it's better now, because in the beginning of the year, so the first 2 weeks were hell. Yeah, but now it's better. And in the pot, yeah, I don't know if you could see, but the leek and the onion have to be glazy from sitting in the pot with the butter. And after that, we are going to be adding water, and I'm going to be adding these vegetable bouillon. Yeah, and I'm not going to put the tomatoes in here because I don't think it's going to mix very well, because I have like 5 carrots that I will put in here too, and then mix it and hope it tastes good. Okay, so back to the trauma stuff. I'm very clearly like very busy with my healing process, but I sometimes get discouraged because healing isn't linear, and in my mind it has to be linear. How can I go back to feeling so bad? But yeah, it's just something that I have to accept, and I kind of wanted to record my progress for myself, because it's good to see some progress, because otherwise I won't believe it. And maybe it will help someone. So yeah, stick around if you want to see the ending of the soup and conversations like that. So if you're interested in that, you're very welcome. And if you want to see my ASMR channel, it's going to be linked in the description bar for everyone who loves ASMR. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to add the water with the vegetable bouillon, and I'm going to add 2, I think. Yeah, I'm going to add 2. This is the amount of water that I put in there. I'm going to put the carrots in there now too and let it cook for a while. So yeah, cutting the carrots. And while I cut these, I want to say that everyone who's going through something, you are not alone, even though it kind of feels like that a lot of the times. I mean that's for me. And I know a lot of people who go through things too. So I know I'm not alone. And yet it feels that way sometimes, especially if it's like your parents. Yeah, or like your childhood, because for me, now it's the beginning of the year, and we had the beginning of the year, and in the last period of, how do I say this? Like, yeah, it's the beginning of the year, so that means the holidays have passed, and holidays always means a time with family. And that's why I kind of am talking about this topic, because I know it's a very lonely period for some people. I'm sorry that I'm cutting it like that, by the way. I shouldn't have used this knife, but yeah, know that you're not alone. Yeah, but I do hope that my videos can bring you some comfort. And yeah, let's learn together how we do this life, how we become like the person we want to become, even though we have these scars on our souls, because our past, I'm so sorry, English isn't my first language. Yeah, but know that you are loved. I hope that my point came across. And the vegetables, the carrots, I don't know why I said vegetables, but the carrots are cut, but I do need to wash them. So I'm going to wash them and then add it to our little soup pot. Actually, it's a big pot. It's the biggest pot that I own. There isn't that much carrot in here, so I'm going to cut the rest of the carrots. I thought 5 carrots would have been enough, but it's not. As you can see, it's like very sad. Okay, adding some carrots. I want to say, if you guys have dreams, go for it. I know it's not easy, and yeah, sometimes it kind of feels silly when you have a dream and you have no idea how to get there yet. It kind of feels silly to believe in it, but yeah, try to do it. Try, you know, to be positive. I have to try it a lot too, even though sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Like sometimes I don't want to know anything positive, but Yeah, my doctors always said, like, despite the youth that I had, I could build like a good life for myself. And yeah, it doesn't always feel like that, but I keep hearing that. So yeah, that kind of must mean something. And I think that's like the case for everyone. I won't only be posting cooking videos on here. This is going to be like a chill channel where I'll talk about all different things that I want to talk. I want to record my skating journey. I bought roller skates, Moxie lollies in the color black, and I don't know how to skate, and I want to record that journey. And I also want to learn calisthenics and record that journey. So yeah, if you're interested in that, please stick around, because yeah, you like the content that I will be posting. I'm also very interested in books, and I do a lot of arts and craft. And like I said before, if you're interested in ASMR, I have an ASMR channel, which is, yeah, I put a lot of effort in those videos. And here I just want to do more talk with me videos and not overthink things, because that makes me insane, because I do that so much. I'm a perfectionist because I have like this great fear of failing, because and because I have this fear, I sometimes just don't start things, and that's not how we are going to live life anymore. I bought this camera and I almost broke it without almost using it. So that's silly, and I don't want that for anything in life anymore. So yeah, I hope you guys will join me on this journey. If you have tips on making better soup, like more interesting soup. I remember at school, and this is like high school, I had like cooking class, and I made a soup that was like carrots, and it was with curry and I think apple. And yeah, maybe I'll do another video with that, because I remember that was so good, and it was a little bit of spicy because of the curry in there. So yeah, if you have recipes of or ideas of soup or other things to make, please let me know, because my like cooking repertoire, if you say it like that, isn't that good. Also, I don't eat meat, so if you have like a recipe, yeah, maybe something that I can, like, when there's like meat, I could just replace it with like vegan meat or plant-based meat. I'll see you back when it's time to mix the soup. I'm not timing how long, it's just when the carrots are going to be soft, I'm going to like put in my mouth. No, I'm just going to be putting like a fork in it, and when the carrots are like mushy, then it's time for me to mix it. So don't forget to add salt. Feeling that it's done, that it's okay for me to start mixing it. We'll see. This is like the part that I don't like. It's noisy as hell, and oh. I mixed it, but can you see, I have the feeling that it's not smooth yet. So it's not smooth. I added all some water extra, and now I'm letting it cook a little bit, and then I'm going to mix it again. The taste is very good, but because it looks like that, and I was talking about that one soup earlier with the curry, I'm gonna add some curry because I really like that. I don't know if you can add that like this, but I do think you can. Please let me know if you know why this is. I've mixed it a fairly long time, and I don't know why I think maybe I just mixed it too early. So I'm gonna try boil it, like cook it a little bit more, and then we'll see, hopefully. But the taste is good, so that's already a plus. But the last time that I made some soup, I had trouble with that too. So yeah, I must be doing something wrong. And I think it's with not waiting enough until the vegetables are cooked. So yeah, cooking is something that I kind of want to learn for my health too, because I don't know, sometimes I'm like very bored when I don't know what to eat, and it's always the same. It's always just warming up stuff, and I want to know what goes in my body. Like, I don't know if I'm like saying it right. I just want to know like how to add spices or something to make like a lovely meal, and it doesn't have to be a very hard one. I just want to learn because it's like a skill. I mean, I like to have my own garden later with all vegetables and fruits. So if I don't know how to make soup or cook or do anything, yeah, that's not going to happen. So this is why cooking is also like into my bucket list for this year, or like to-do list, goals list that I want to achieve, with also working on my mental health, working on my dreams, and yeah, trying to be happy, because that's important too. Trying to find how I have to move in the world, if that makes sense, you know, not trying to keep up with the timing that somebody or the system says to, you know, to follow, if that makes sense, because it doesn't work for me like that, and I wish it worked. I really wish, but it doesn't. So yeah, we are going to make the best of it, just like with the soup. I'll be back when I think it's going to be done. I warmed the soup up and I mixed it again, but the texture is still there. Yeah, but it tastes good, and this is the end result of the soup. Da, 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 dum, dum. Yeah, it kind of has like this texture. I'm not a fan, but if you know how to fix this, let me know. Drink a little bit of it right now and end this video. I want to thank you so much. You watched till this part. Thank you so much for being here. I have a lot of different interests, so this channel is going to be about all of that. I'm going to be sharing moments that I'm going through. I'm going to share tips. I'm going to share hobbies, like a lot of different hobbies, like gaming, like arts and craft, cooking, and all the things that help me grow. So yeah, if you like the sound of that, then please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!